Much, Ian, for inviting me today. It's always a collective effort. So, I work for the Unite Hotel Workers branch. I also do some work for the Restaurant Workers branch. I started off working for the organising unit in Unite in 2005 in the Northwest, and then I was working in the Southeast. And this bill is, I think, very much a response to the fact that our rights have already been severely curtailed inside the workplace. So the tactics that Unite particularly have been using, particularly the organising unit, the leverage, what's now called the organising and leverage unit, have been to take action out of the workplace and onto the streets. And I was part of the campaign against blacklisting, the campaign against, I was going to say KBR, BKF, Ban Kieran Ferrovial, the construction companies behind the Crossrail project, and in 6 months of relentless protests, we were all pulled off organising duties inside workplaces, and we were protesting 3 times a day against any kind of company, investor, anything related to BFK and blacklisting in order to win back one man's job, Frank Morris, but also to really try and deal a blow to the practice of blacklisting. And it was a really pivotal campaign. We cost that consortium $1 billion in lost contracts, and it really proved that you need to both have the strength inside and outside the workplace. And if they try and repress us inside, then we will go outside. And I think in many ways this bill is a response to that. And a big win that we've had recently as the Hotel Workers and Restaurant Workers branch has been around Pizza Express. And we are building organisation throughout the Pizza Expresses, 240 of them, I think? No, 400 of them around the country. So we're trying to do that. But the truth of the matter is it has been a public pressure and union protest campaign involving social media, involving protests and pickets, that has really pushed that win. And what the win is that Pizza Express have scrapped their 8% kind of tip tax on staff tips. The worry is that they could reimpose a tax again, unless we're organised, unless we're going for more, unless we're going for living wage and we've got reps and we're really properly organised, they can take that back a year, 2 years down the line. They can put in a 2% or a 3%, tip levy. That can happen again, which is why we have to change the law and we have to change the parameters of what Jasiewicz is talking about at the moment, which is to have a cap on how much of waiters' tips and staff tips companies can take, because maybe you're not aware, but in this country it's not illegal for the bosses to take your tips if you work in hospitality. It's absolutely rife in hotels. If you think it's bad in Pizza Express with 8%, in hotels it's 30, 40, sometimes more percent of all the tips that are being taken. If you look at how much money hotels make off bars and functions and banquets, etc., that's a lot of workers' money going into the pockets of Hilton and IHG and others. Now, I really think that the Tories are going to regret sorely trying to push this bill through. And if it becomes law, they will be begging for bureaucracy. They'll be begging for unions to be able to try and be arbiters, because what is going to happen, and I know this from my experience of organising in the hotel sector, is people are going to take matters into their own hands. They might not join a union. They might realise, and this is part of the kind of nefarious sort of politics of this bill, is that it's trying to sort of divorce workers from unions, or feel that what's the point of joining if there's nothing you can do? People will fight and people will take action. I'm working with women right now who've taken wildcat action. Before they were in Unite, they were going up into the canteen in their hotel. They refused to come down until they were paid the money they were owed. The leverage that hotel workers have is massive. Even a few hours of a stoppage of room attendants that are cleaning 16 rooms a day, 40 room attendants in a large hotel, that hotel grinds to a halt. So they're going to create, on the one hand you can see it as chaos. I kind of see it as like serious autonomy and radical action that people will take, and it will push the employers to actually kind of beg, I think, for union intervention. But it's also going to teach people and show people that they can believe in themselves, they can build solidarity, and they can take action. Because if you look at what we've got ahead of us, in a way that's kind of all that's left. They've tried to push us out into the streets to take action. They shut that down. Fine, we'll take it inside. and we'll do it on our own terms. And I really feel that. I really think that's going to happen. So I think we should resist this, obviously. I think we need to do a lot of public education. I think we need to be in schools. I think we need to be in universities. We need to phone any teacher we know and ask them if we can come in and talk about what unions are. Because it's true that not many young people have a clue about unions. But trust me, with this bill that they're trying to bring in, everyone's going to know what a union is. And people are going to realize the power of unions. And they'll be self-organizing and they'll be doing it. I know this. I have total faith in us, in being able to do this, and working people in being able to fight and organize. And we'll bring us back to basics, It'll bring us back to the principles of trade unionism and how you exert leverage against the employer. And yeah, some of us might go down. Some of us might have to be martyrs in this. We should embrace this. It's part of our political tradition. We shouldn't be afraid of this. This is what our forefathers, our mothers have done, and we'll have to do it ourselves. And our children will be proud of us for that. Thank you very much.